Hello everyone, I am Dr. Mahati Priyadarshini, Medical Director and Chief Consultant Critical Care Medicine and Pain Medicine. As a part of Dysphagia Awareness Month, which is done during the month of June, we are recording this video. So in this video, we are going to talk about COVID-19 and dysphagia. So many patients who have suffered with COVID have had severe lung disease, and most of them have required the support of ventilator, either invasively, that is putting a tube in the throat, or non-invasively, that is with the help of a mask. Whatever the support, many of them have suffered with difficulty in swallowing, which we have observed as difficulty in initiating a swallow. They complain of lot of pain while swallowing, and we have seen regurgitations, food coming out of the nose and mouth, and severe cough while trying to swallow due to entry of the food particles into the trachea and lungs, which eventually leads to pneumonias again. So the incidence of dysphagia is seen more post-extubation, that is patients who have been on full ventilator support, and people who have been on ventilator for longer periods have severe dysphagia, have severe difficulty in swallowing. How is this dysphagia happening? What do we do once the dysphagia is identified in a patient post-COVID, and how do we manage it will be told to us by our specialist, Dr. Narayana, who is a swallow specialist, and he will give us detailed information about how to identify and also how to treat the condition. Over to you, Andy. So, now that we have discussed the severity of dysphagia, so how do we do it? So if I identify a patient that they are having a difficulty in swallowing and they are requiring tube feeds, and there is a risk of aspiration and pneumonias, so how do we go about it? How do you evaluate and how do you treat the patients next?
Okay. Generally in COVID-19 patients, we see a lot of dysphagia issues. And these patients, from my side, I will divide it into three parts. The first one is that mostly we observed is like a dehydration problem. Because of this COVID, the oromotor structures that based from the lips to the stomach, all the parts are going to get into a dehydration issues, where because of this coordination movements of the oromotor structures, this when you take a food or whatever, like liquids or diets and all, so there is a pain, they feel that, and along with that there will be aspiration issues also. And coming to second stage patients, we can see it, those patients with intubations or in a tracheostomy patients. After tracheostomy or intubations and all, removing and all those, the coordination movements of these structures will be delayed, and they are getting a stimulus from when you put a food bolus in the mouth, and the stimulus getting to their muscles or structures will getting delayed. So because of which they are storing the food inside the mouth, and after that they are getting choking out of, spill it out. So we have seen different patients and different conditions. We have observed the bed swallowing assessment, we did it. So in that we see the movement of structural coordinating along with the sensory movements that getting troubling the patients. So what we have seen in some patients after intubation of you remove and all, we have seen using this video fluoroscopy endoscopy, we have seen that patients, we have seen that the movement of the vocal fold structures getting delayed, where due to which the air is coming out, so there is no holding of breath, so they can't breathe, they can't swallow the bolus into. So this type of patients require more number of therapy sessions and more number of internal vibratory things has to be used, and we should point out the particular areas where the stimulus is not getting, so we'll vibrate, we'll give a manual therapy to them, and we'll give different type and textures of the food. Some of the patients where we have seen they are taking the solids very well, say solids and semi-solids, but coming to the point liquids, they are getting difficulty in swallowing. Why? Because the main part, like the epiglottis area is not getting lifting up back, so that the water, that liquid is going into the lungs area. This is very major problem, because already these patients already affecting with the COVID and the lungs will getting affected and all, this will create again more issues. So for these patients, we have to take very carefully and very precise way of therapy and techniques. We should then we can get some exercise and all. We can give better quality of life for taking food and all.
Narayan Garu has described there are multiple mechanisms, and the problem in COVID is multiple areas can be affected. People are getting strokes, and as he mentioned, dehydration, it is a very common problem because of which the throat is parched, and the very important cycle of holding breath while swallowing, which is the major defense mechanism in preventing food entering the lungs, is lost. So probably that is the major reason why the aspiration happens. Sometimes it is micro, they don't swallow the whole of the thing and it enters the lungs. Sometimes small pooling happens in the back part of the throat, which keeps entering into the lungs, and pneumonias happen. So it is very important to assess early, to identify the problem early and give it to the specialist so that the patient will be benefited. Otherwise they end up in aspiration pneumonias, malnutrition, and many of them die also because of this, even after recovering from COVID. So
adding to point this, I have recently I have seen a study they done in UK. They have taken some patients divided into two groups. One group is like they have just left it like without doing any assessments and swallowing like they leave. The other group, they have assessed the totally assessment and they have again management of treating and everything. What the difference they observed is the patient who has given proper guidance and proper assessment and evaluations of the therapy and of giving a food, and they have got good and healthy outcome from this COVID-19 dysphagia issues. But when compared, when the normal group where they have not referred to assessment of dysphagiologists, there we have seen the mortality rate is there. So out of 18 patients, they have taken 2 patients that died because of this lung more infections, and they have taken the solid in the same way, and they were getting into pool, and after that they are getting into lungs and it is getting more affected. It's already known case that COVID-19 is itself is affecting the lungs more, and beyond that we are away again we are giving this food and all, it's going to get into affecting the lungs. So that is the reason that what's happened is slowly that patient condition has got reversed, and like there is a 2 patients who has mortality rate was done. So that is the reason dysphagiologist and swallowing is also very important concern. So what I request is, as we are doing the same thing, that I am also requesting other hospitals or other also, please kindly do refer to the dysphagiologist so that we can save the life of the patients.
yes, it is also very important for the families to understand, even after going home, if your family member or the patient is having difficulty in swallowing, if they are coughing every time they drink something or eat something, immediately you should consult your doctor so that he can be assessed and then refer to the swallow therapist, and we can help the patient to recover completely from it. So let's make a purpose of understanding dysphagia, that it is a problem. Difficulty in swallowing is a problem. It should not be ignored. Let's give good help to the patient and save his life. Thank you.
Thank you.